Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? Man, I was able to check out Errol Spence Jr.'s interview on DAZN's YouTube platform with, I believe their names is Akin Barak. Really good interview, man. Those guys asked some very interesting questions and just really allow Errol Spence to speak candidly and just, really go into depth. And, of course, the topic that I want to touch on in particular is, Errol Spence, his willingness to fight Jermell Charlo if that fight ever presents itself and if it actually makes sense for those guys financially, when he actually does move up to 154. They also talked about a few different things, man. I made the video in regard to all of the naysayers, all of the hate guys like Blair Cobbs. You got motherfuckers on YouTube and Twitter, Instagram, just talking crazy, man, saying Errol Spence ain't gonna be the same. The same shit they said before the accident. He gonna get knocked out by Danny Garcia. His punch resistance gone. You had Angel Garcia talking about, I looked in his eyes, man, and his soul just ain't there. He just not all there. You dig what I'm saying? All of this shit. I made multiple videos on how the hate is fueling Errol Spence and how he's not saying much, but he's seeing all of these things. You know what I mean? He talked about the aftermath of Blair Cobbs after he got stopped by Alexis Rocha. You feel me? But Errol Spence said, man, I just screenshot everything. They asked him, what makes you angry more? These fans talking all of this nonsense. When they was talking about, oh, he was on steroids and all this bullshit, or the people saying that, oh, he ain't gonna be the same after the eye injury, like they was in the doctor's room, with him, even though he got cleared by real medical professionals and the dude been sparring, everything is good. These people still saying he ain't the same no more. Oh my God, well, we don't know for sure, is he gonna be the same? But like Errol Spence said, I screenshot all that shit. It don't make me angry. It's just motivation for me. I told y'all, bruh, I need you to hate so I can use it for your energy, bruh. Keep that shit up. That shit don't do. The reason why Errol Spence looking how he looking right now in training camp, it's because of y'all. Motivation, it's because of y'all. So keep that up. But the most interesting part, he also talked about, fighting Terrence Crawford. He said, look, if you can't read between the lines, you see how I'm moving. My motto is strap season. I want to be undisputed. So after this fight with Ugas, I'm not looking past Ugas. I don't really want to talk about nobody else but Ugas right now. But I'm letting y'all know, after this fight, I'm collecting my third belt. I want to go fight for Undisputed, and Terrence Crawford is on my agenda. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want next. You feel me? So, like I said, man, when the fight get made, then what? We gonna see what they talking about. But, the whole Errol Spence Jr. and Jermell Charlo situation, the possibility or the idea of that fight, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. First and foremost, it would be a hell of a fight. Both of these guys are two of my favorite fighters. Both of them are very exciting fighters to watch. They both got that dog and killer mentality. Both from Texas. It's just something about them, man, where they, it's like kill or be killed, bro. I'm not finna lay down. You dig what I'm saying? And, both extremely skilled, and they both train with Derrick James. These guys have sparred on multiple occasions, been in the same gym working out, bruh. It's a hell of a fight on paper. It's a big fight, like Errol Spence said, in Texas. It could be a huge fight. Pay-per-view wise, it could be a huge fight. You know what I'm saying? And especially when Errol Spence moves up, after becoming undisputed at 147, and Jermell Charlo is undisputed at 154, he goes up and fights Mel for all the belts. Like, that's ridiculous. That's, back-to-back undisputed in two different divisions. That's crazy. You dig what I'm saying? But even though it's a hell of a fight, you know what I'm saying? I personally, I would be torn on that, because number one, you know, I'm a huge fan of both of these guys, but that's not the main reason. The main reason is that both of them train with Derrick James. I think it would be unfair for Jermell Charlo to have to train without Derrick James, because we know Derrick James is gonna train Errol Spence. You dig what I'm saying? He's gonna be in Errol Spence's corner. So I think that's kind of, I wouldn't want to see where one guy has to not have his trainer in his corner. You dig what I'm saying? Now Errol Spence did say, you know, if it was for the right amount of money, you know what I mean, we brothers, we supposed to break bread. You feel me? That's what we supposed to do. You feel me? And I'm not gonna fight him for no crumbs, but if it made sense for both of us, shit, why not? And that's the savage in Errol Spence, bro. He like, man, look, I'll fight him, bro. He didn't hesitate, dog. Errol Spence Jr. did not hesitate when they asked him about fighting Jermell Charlo. Now, I've been on record of saying that I would favor Jermell Charlo at 154, and that's only because I really haven't. We never seen Errol Spence at 154. I know Jermell Charlo is the man in that division. He a beast at that division. You know, and I actually expect Errol Spence to be, you know, better than he's ever been when he goes to 154. I think he's gonna be extremely strong, and I think we'll see even more. He talked about that he's only been getting better as of right now. Like, it's still stuff that we haven't seen. He already showed that he can do everything, but I think it's still things that we haven't seen him do in the ring as far as putting it all together on one night and just, you know, different stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I've been on record as saying that I lean towards Jermell at that division. But again, you know, I mean, shit, Errol Spence, he still got to fight Yordenis Ugas. He still got to fight Terrence Crawford. It could be some things that he showed me in these next two fights that make me feel like he'll go in there and stop Jermell Charlo. I think he already got the capability of doing that. You know, but I will still have to see him in these next couple of fights, and then how he looks at 154 for me to just jump out the window and say, oh, he gonna go in there and just whoop on Jermell. You feel me? But I definitely think he's capable of doing that. But at the same time, man, that'll be tough. I can't say that that's a fight that I would be pushing for, just because I don't want to see, well, Jermell, he gonna have to train without Derrick James. You feel me? I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but in that case, you know, I think Errol already is the more skilled fighter overall. You know, plus he gonna have his coach with him. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be added motivation, and he gonna have so much momentum coming off of beating Yordenis Ugas and then beating Terrence Crawford if he's able to accomplish those things and being undisputed. I think Errol Spence gonna be out of his mind at that time, and this probably ain't gonna be nobody that can beat Errol Spence at that time. You dig what I'm saying? So, but it'll be a huge fight if it ever does happen, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How do y'all feel about that interview? What Errol Spence said about potentially fighting Jermell Charlo? Do you think that fight could be realistic in the future? You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't watched the interview, I did post it in the community, man. Go and watch that shit. That's a good-ass interview, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence really just gave us a whole lot of insight on, you know, what he's been thinking. They talked about, you know, what it's like in training camp, you know, being away from his family sometimes, and just that whole dynamic, man. It was a dope interview, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.